Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to me Beyond Astro Cave, another video. I am bringing you the Scorpio Lunar Eclipse, which is happening on the 5th of May. This eclipse is going to be hitting everyone who is Scorpio, Taurus, of course, Aquarius, and yes, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. You're going to be getting the business, but this is like a combination and ending what happened last year for a lot of us. If you have planets in Scorpio, if you got sun, moon, or rising, or even of any of the fixed signs, you're going to be feeling this greatly. And it's going to be a big time. And you're thinking, why would it be a big time? Well, this eclipse is going to be, obviously the sun's in Taurus, so it's going to be opposing. But it's going to be opposing Mercury in Taurus. One good thing, it does trine Mars in Cancer. It trines Saturn in Pisces. But it does oppose Uranus, which is probably like the heavy hitting one. What this shows is that there's going to be a lot of energy. That's why this one can feel quite shocking. A lot of energy that's going to be connecting to what comes out, whether it's secrets, things to do with money, resources, shared resources, anything to do with debts, loans. It could be to do also with the law, and the fact that it is in, the sun's in Taurus at this point as well. We could also hear themes of that as well. What we're eating, how we are with our physical body, our physical cells, our even outer appearance. There could be shocks that a lot of us could be doing within ourselves, wanting to I'm picking up with that we may want to just change something very drastically, very quickly. But we can also hear, because remember, Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac. So we can hear stuff. Secrets can be coming out. Shocking things can be coming out. And the fact that Taurus and Scorpio, they are the money, even though it's the detective of the zodiac, it really delves deep into things. Business, knowledge, anything that is hidden. We also cannot forget the opposition to Taurus. And we are not immutable, we are in fixed energy at the moment. So while I'm recording this, Mercury is retrograde in Taurus. And while this is going on, Mercury will be retrograde in Taurus. So what this can also bring, because it opposes it, is that there's going to be stuff that it does depend on where it is in your chart. There will be stuff that comes out that we may have to look over, but also that there's going to be stuff that comes up to do with all the Taurus and Scorpio themes, and also things to do with like our past. People coming back, energies coming back, things that we have to really look over. Business works, contracts. Looking at our money, looking at what we're eating, all of these things. So this is going to be like a revising of things that, and of course, whenever you have oppositions, it can cause like headaches. But it's still a time that we can reflect and revise our decision, really and truly, like making a decision, thinking of looking at it differently. It's not going to be easy because we are in fixed time, real time. But even if whatever we have to go back on, or whatever comes back into our lives, a lot of it may be through gritted teeth, or I have no choice, I have to do this, because if I don't, the fact that Uranus is involved, which is, I feel, this the bigger one with this, it can actually make us do something very sudden on a whim. But I also feel that we can also think about, yes, we're going to have this feeling and inkling of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say this. But then we have to think about it first. And even though, because it's retrograde, we're in retrograde real time as well, it can cause us to feel very frustrated and think, I just want it, I want this done now. I want this out of my life now. I want to move jobs now, or we still have to wait. And it's not like you have to. It's just that, we have to listen to our intuition. We have to try to maintain, to be grounded. Because if we just do it on a whim, it's not going to be what we expect it to be. And that can cause us even more aggro. So it's a bit of a crazy one, But what it can also bring, because that's like sort of like the shadow side that it could bring. But what it could also bring is like lots of breakthroughs. Like if we are refusing or unmoving into changing some aspect of our lives, then we're gonna have to, Uranus is gonna be like, nope, not happening, let's do it. This is what's gonna happen. It's like a lot of things are really out of our hands. So there will be some changes that happen. But I think for the lucky ones, if you've been feeling and initiating these changes during the retrograde, and you're still being patient, I feel that once, obviously, when the retrograde passes, I know the phase finishes properly at the 31st of May. That's when we may be really satisfied with ourselves just for waiting, But still, I personally wouldn't say that you shouldn't do anything during the retrograde. I feel that if something needs to be done, it needs to be done. It may not turn out the way it's expected, but I feel it depends on what is going on in your life. But I feel that if you feel that there's changes that are coming, but you're still like, just still thinking about it, I feel that, when the time is right, it will be the right time. So yeah, that can make a lot of us feel very unnerved. What can help us with this is, I talked about the trine to Saturn, which can actually help us be more, of course, in tune with our emotions. We can get more of a psychic ability, bigger, more so. Because, Scorpion goes really well with Pisces. That energy is very deep. It's very intense, very passionate. And the fact that Saturn is, it actually can help stabilize our emotions in a way, because Scorpio's emotions is very intense. It's very deep, and it's very hard it's very hard when they're so deep into something or someone or a project. It's very hard for them to come out of it. And what the trine to Saturn can bring is, helping us just to release, helping us just to let go a little. Not going to be entirely, but it's going to just help us just to release a bit. Again, when I talked about themes concerning money, we're in the bank and the debt collector of the zodiac. So I feel that a lot of us can also see that there's some stuff that's brewing. Of course, because Pisces and Scorpio are the psychics of the zodiac as well. Some of us can actually see things before it happens and sort of rectify it. So if you've got like a loan or something to pay off and you think, oh, I don't need to do it, it's like you probably go to sleep or you're just daydreaming, and it's just like, if I don't do this, this can happen. So we're just going to be put ourselves to work. This full lunar eclipse in Scorpio is about releasing. So there's going to be stuff that we want to bring out to the surface. And I feel with the trine to Saturn also, it can help us sort of see something before it happens, but it can also help us to do with any type of spiritual practices that we may need to be doing. And in a way, ground. Not going to be easy. Remember, this is watery. Another aspect that's happening is that it has the trine to Mars in Cancer. And it's very uncomfortable in Cancer. I mean, it's not really the best. Saturn in Pisces and Mars in Cancer. It's very uncomfortable in these signs, but still you have to work with it. What this can bring is a time that, because Mars in Cancer is making it really like, we can't really emote our anger or our passions too much in a very fiery way. It's very emotional. So yes, there can be some emotional outbursts because the moon rules the people. So there can be a lot of that coming up. But it can also make us be more in touch with like our feminine self, because these are like feminine energies. It can be more of like a feminine energy. I feel like there will be some tears. Not necessarily tears, but I feel that the emotions can be running really high now. So of course there could be tears, there could be tantrums, there could be tiaras, guys. But I feel that it's really important that we try to emote what we're feeling instead of trying to hold it and control it. Even if we do, the fact that Uranus is involved, it's just like, it's not going to be happening. And what it can do with the trine to Mars in Cancer is that it can make us, yes, we can feel very emotionally defensive, but we can also pour our passions into something that for the greater good, for the greater of mankind, which is another of my favorite words. And even if we're like defending anything, or if we're going to go for something, it's going to be through the heart and not just for selfish reasons as well. Okay. A lot of this energy of the lunar eclipse is in definitely to do with relationships, business and contracts. So we can see a lot of those themes coming up big time. Seventh house in Vedic astrology is about open enemies as well. So I feel that during this time that we can actually see who and what is working with us and also what is working against us. Another thing I saw, guys, is that a lot of Librans are getting the business for some reason. I don't know what that is about, especially in London. Yeah, a lot of like high profile people who are Librans are getting the business. It's really strange. But anyway, that could be something to do with the eclipses and that. But yeah, that was just like a thought, guys. But yes, yeah, there's going to be obviously some themes to do with that. But essentially, a lot of this energy is to do with, banking and money, food we're eating, and, and also we can't forget that we're wrapping up the eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus and the North Node as well. And it's been one big doozy, it's been one big mind, the mind. I was going to say a swear word, but I don't want YouTube to think, but still, it's been, there's some elements that have been really great, but there's some elements that have been really like, oh, I just want it to end, but it's really hard that it can, because it's fixed time. But it'll be very interesting when it moves into like the self and our relationships, business and personal. The number 5 for this is in the tarot is the Hierophant, which is actually a Taurus card. And the Hierophant is about tradition. It's very much to do with, again, whenever you see the Hierophant card, it's like, whoa. But it's very much about tradition. It's about conforming, commitment. It's like the priest of the tarot. It's about how we're sharing things, knowledge, but not rocking the boat. So I can see a lot of that being played out. But on the spiritual level with this is that, I feel that some of us, especially because it opposes Mercury retrograde, is that I feel a lot of us may be coming back into something to do with spirituality, something we've missed, but something that is to do with any type of like institutions, whether it's political, something definitely to do with the economy, like our homes, our houses, our family. It definitely could be education as well, because this is what this Hierophant rules. But I feel it's more, even though it's just the Hierophant card, I feel it's more upside down. So it's like a lot of us may not be wanting to conform to something. I feel some of us may not want to, we want to release a part of ourselves that we have holding on to. Okay. The other tarot cards with this is like the 5 of Pentacles, which a lot of us don't really want to see, but obviously, these things can happen. Some of us may see losses along the way. Some of us may have to obviously consolidate our loans, tax dexes, and really, get things into place, because things can just be very much all over the place. If we've been overspending, if we owe money, We may feel that we're not having it, we haven't got enough because we're paying off so much. Or we actually may feel lonely. We actually may feel that we're not understood. We may feel definitely misunderstood. We may feel that, you know, Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold. But still, it's about us, what we've actually done in order to get ourselves in certain situations. The Five of Cups as well. You know, again, a lot of us can feel very much stuck in the past, but our future is there. You know, that's what the trine to Pisces and Saturn and Pisces is going to make us do. We're going to be stuck. There's going to be a lot of us being very much in like the past, but also we have to see that, you know what, you know, that's what happened then, but we just have to keep moving forward. It's not going to be easy. We also have to learn from the past. You know, it's very much an emotional time. I feel like out of all the water signs, Pisces is the ones that can actually move. Whereas Cancer and Scorpio, it's not very easy. We're having like a water trine that's happening with this. So it's going to be extra emotional for all of us. Extremely emotional. And I wouldn't be surprised during this lunar eclipse that if some of us do see, whether it's friends, old colleagues, or I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we buck up with people from like our past or even our future. And there's so much to say, there's so much to reveal, there's so much to either be sorry about, or there's so much to, you know, reminisce about. This actually feels very much a nostalgic time. So, you know, we've got the Five of Swords with this. And whenever we see the Five of Swords, it feels very dodgy. But it also can make us see that, you know, of course, you know, Scorpions, they can have this vindictive side. So there can be some of that going on, but it can also see that, you know, if we go to a certain place or we do something quite rash, it can actually fall back on us. It very much feels like a karmatic card, the Five of Swords. But I also see, you know, there's going to be this card is also talking, there's going to be a rise and fall of people, places, things. Especially if you're trying to be too clever, if you've wielded, because Scorpio loves, you know, remember it was traditionally ruled by Mars and it was all about power. That's one of the reasons why you see like the sign of Scorpio, when they're in charge of something, they get too obsessed. Some of them get power hungry. Some of them just throw their weight around, and after then the crumbling happens. It's just like, whoa. So that's what this card is saying to me. Like, you know, there can be definite tides that are turning for people, especially in positions of power. But, you know, if you're smart enough and if you're helping people, or if you're doing the right thing, basically, you can walk away scot-free. But on the other hand, if you're being dodgy or, you know, just being power crazy in that, you know, they can have repercussions. Then we have the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I said it all basically, you know. So, yes, a big time. I feel that, you know, because this is such an intense, you know, a bit of a crazy one. When it comes to like essential oils, you know, using lavender, because this will help us to sleep, ground. Anything like cedarwood is really good, essential oils. And also for those of you who are, you know, when it comes to eclipses or any full moons or lunar moons, if, you know, your energy is just warped, I'll say any citrus oil like peppermint, lavender, peppermint, lime is really good. Obviously we do have to be mindful as well, because this is about releasing. So some of you may be guided to like try to spiritually protect yourself. So, you know, ask, you know, even if you're praying or asking any of your, you know, your spiritualists for guidance, because we can also see there may be some like, because I feel a lot of us can be very sensitive now. We can feel that we can get like emotional spiritual attacks. So doing anything that can help protect you, like even like envisioning a white, like a white light, anything like that. Because I do feel, even though it is a bit crazy and it's very emotional, it's still very powerful. Because, you know, Scorpion is about transformation. But in order for it to transform something dread, something really intense, it could be bad, it could be good, something really intense has to really happen in order for the transformation to begin. So, yeah, I feel some of us may be doing some investigation work, but if also keeping our wits about us. So obviously people in the hot seat, you know, just be mindful, especially Scorpio and Taurus. You guys, you know, try to behave. But also, of course, Aquarius and also Leo. Yeah, you guys are in the hot seat. So yes, it's going to be at 14 degrees. So it's going to be hitting anyone. Obviously, people like Pisces and Cancer, you're going to be benefiting from this. And all the, yeah, Pisces and Cancer, Virgo and Capricorn, you're going to really enjoy this. You're going to really, really enjoy this. Because it's going to be, you know, sextile you, is also going to trine you. So, yes, this is the, so another thing I was going to say, yes, so it's at 14 degrees. So if you are 10 to 20 degrees of all the fixed signs, you're going to feel it. Even if you're 10 to 20 degrees of the water signs and even like the earth signs, you are definitely going to feel this. So yes. So that's the big one on this. And also, what could you do to, because yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I tend not to do too much during the eclipses, you know. But, you know, some of you may feel guided to be doing something like movement with the body, or, you know, it's really and truly up to you. I feel that, you know, because Uranus is involved, you guys may be trying to do something different. It really does depend on where it hits you. Another thing I was going to say is that whenever I look at where anything's hitting me, I always look at Placidus chart, which is like the house chart. And, you know, you can go Cath astrology to see, you know, put your date of birth and the time, and you can see where Scorpio is. But also see where Scorpio is, see where Aquarius, Leo is as well, and Taurus in your house chart if you're looking at that. Even look at the house ruler. So Scorpio is Pluto. So look where, if you haven't got the actual sign, look where Pluto is. And look where Uranus is, look where Venus is, and also look where the sun is, because these are going to be hit. I personally do look at that. I like to look at the house chart because I feel it really does affect me more. Not saying it doesn't, I think on the natally it does, but I feel that the houses, it affects it more. And these eclipses last for 6 months. We're just still in the one that's in Aries, but now we're in Scorpio one. So yeah, so you know, that's my guide to you guys. You guys can do that because I personally do it. So that is my take on the, you know, Scorpio lunar eclipse, and let's get to the signs. Hello Aries, how are you? So this lunar eclipse, you know, we're still in your eclipse, so this lunar eclipse is going to be in your second house. Sorry, yes, it's in your second house of money. And I feel a lot of you are like, you know, it could be, remember, this is about releasing and ending. So some of you could decide that you want to just do something very different when it comes to like your money. You could be saying something quite shocking. You could be getting lots of realizations and some downloads that could be happening. You know, you have some of you Aries do not know your self-worth. I feel that you're going to be guided to just know about it now. Taking care, you know, of what you're eating, what you're saying as well. But this can also be a very spiritual time. Very much so. A lot of you, I feel, can be extremely sensitive towards, you know, friends, family, even like your goals. And the fact that, you know, we have, but you can get a lot of downloads, which is occurring now, Aries. And this is actually a great time for you to be like investing, but also thinking about savings as well. You may be doing it in a completely different way. This is mostly definitely to do with like your home, and also, yeah, because you got the Mars trine in your home, which, and also because you're ruled by Mars as well, you know, this will give you a bit of an oomph to, like, I don't know, really redecorate, even move. There's some stuff definitely can come up from the past that could be happening to you. But also, I feel maybe for once, some of you maybe actually really listen to yourself. Maybe really listen to what's going on. Because there can be definite changes. And you could be doing something on a whim. It could shock people, and it could even shock you. Especially with Uranus in your second house. So you could decide that you want to probably just take money out of the bank and, you know, just put it under the bed. But also this is to do with like your family. You know, family and home is really calling forth. So I feel whatever you're going to be doing, Aries, is just like, you know, you've thought about this, but now you're going to be doing it. So the card you got is the Queen of Wands. And some of you may be the Queen of Wands, maybe embodying it. But, you know, you're really about going forth. You're really about your future and stuff to do with the past. But, you know, a lot of you, I feel, is going to probably definitely be embodying this, you know, different type of strength. Probably a feminine strength. But you're all about moving forward. You're all about, you know, consolidating stuff. But, you know, doing it in a different way. And a lot of this is, again, concerned with family. So, you know, I feel that some of you guys will decide that, you know what, this is it. I'm going to be doing this, and there's no looking back. It's not in a selfish way. It's just like you just have to do this now. So, you know, this card is also definitely showing about moving forward, and, you know, definitely being in touch with that fire, because there's definitely an element of fire that is coming forth. But yes, all about moving forward. Hello, Taurus. How are you? So this is this lunar eclipse in your 7th house, to do with your relationships, business and personal. Everything I said, you and Scorpio definitely take, you know, on board. All the fixed signs anyway, but specifically you guys. You know, you have this can bring up, these are the themes that I can see. Themes coming up, changes of relationship, changes of business and contract. The fact that you got the Mercury eclipse, the Mercury retrograde in your first house, is that, you know, you could say things within a whim. There could be people and places, exes, friends that could be coming back into your life. It definitely could be fleeting. Some of it could be like, you know, I want to be with you. If some of you who are single, it could be that, you know, someone reminds you of someone that you used to be with, and you may want to be with them, or you may not. But what this also can bring for you is I feel that you guys may be a bit more mouthy now. Like, you know what you want in a relationship. You know what you want, who you want, when you want it. Because some of you Tauruses, you guys can be very quiet in a relationship. You don't want to hurt your partner. But this can change now. There can be some emotional outbursts, because, you know, I feel that the partner may be shocked by what you're saying. I'm picking up like loneliness as well for some of you Tauruses. So being around your friends or seeking advice from friends could really help you. If any of you who are single, any of you are single, you know, there could be love within a group, you know, just saying. But also, I feel that your friends can really help, you know, or if new people come into your life, they could be a great help to you, because your relationship is under the spotlight. It can be very intense. But still, because you and Scorpio are in the hot seat, you know, don't be surprised if you see stuff coming back. You having to go back over things. Things is my favorite word, but yes, anything that comes up, there could be stuff that you're going over. And also obviously because of opposition to Uranus, which is in your first, you know, you've come into your own now. You're not, you know, whatever you're thinking or doing or saying will stick. And also there can be some opportunities that definitely can come, Taurus. These opportunities, like I said in the beginning of the video, if there's anything that you want to change, you know, it's about waiting, because the right time will come. But I feel that when you make that mark, it will be great. You know, Mercury also rules your fifth and your second. So of course this is to do with, you know, fun, creativity, children, but also your finances. These are going to be big changes that happens now. So the card you got is a Chariot card. We are in the Chariot year. So this is about, you know, determination. You know, I feel that emotionally, if there's going to be any changes within your relationship, you know, I feel you're going to be initiating it. You're not going to be waiting to please the partner or, you know, I feel it's like your happiness is coming first. It's not about waiting as well. You will sense these changes, Tauruses, and you will make these changes. Again, it will shock people, shock your partner, will shock you. It may shock business contracts as well. This eclipse can also bring up some certain things to do with money, like money coming back to you, Tauruses, or contracts coming back. Contracts that took so long, or anything to do with like business. Even if it's a case that you're waiting for, I feel this can actually possibly produce good news, you know. But I feel that there's a difference. There's a more of a stronger sense within you, and if there's something that needs to be changed, even if you're gritting your teeth to do it, you'll just do it if it's going to make your life better and easier. You know, the Chariot card is about travel, so you guys may want to see what's out there. You know, if your relationship is not, business or pet, if it's not going the way you want it to, or where you're feeling it to, you may decide, you know what, I'm going to see what's out there. You know, you're standing up for yourself now. You're changing things for yourself. You are saying things, you know, and I feel a lot of you also may, you know, if you are in a new group of friends, you know, you may be hanging out more with them. They could be showing you something different, something new, you know, something that you've had within yourself that now is going to be coming out. So, you know, you may be dressing differently, hanging around different people, staying out late, you know, you're changing, Tauruses. You know, some of you, this is a time not to really be afraid, because your happiness does come first. Hello, Gemini, how are you? So, this lunar eclipse is in your 6th house of health, wellness, pets, your employment. So there's definitely going to be changes that happen here. This is about, you know, your working life. I feel a lot of you Geminis, because, you know, when we have these eclipses happen in your 9th house, when it happens in your 5th house and that, it's going to be better for you. But now I feel a lot of you have to do like that sort of heavy lifting, especially because they're trying to Saturn in your 10th. You guys are, you know, I feel some of you Geminis are feeling like, you know, this is it. You know, I've got this in the bag, and, you know, but this is also showing that if it's nothing wrong with confidence. I feel confidence is key, but I feel that if you're probably cutting corners when it comes to your job, your responsibilities, your routines, if things need to be done, this will definitely be called out. You know, I feel that a lot of you Geminis may have to definitely go back over the drawing board. I feel that there can be a lot more work that you guys may have to do. You know, you've got Mercury opposition as well, and this can make a lot of you feel a certain way, like this sort of like feeling of, you know, wanting to be alone, wanting to get certain stuff done, but you can be very much easily distracted because you're ruled by Mercury. You know, again, there could be home, family life, your career. I feel a lot of you are working hard, but a lot of you just want, in a way, just to like just cut corners. But some of you Geminis could also just be, you know what, let me just get this done. Or some of you may decide this is really not for me. I want to leave. I want to change things. There could be changes that happen whether you implement it or someone else implements it. There definitely changes within your employment and your career. The sixth house is a mental health house as well. So lots of deep breaths. Some of you may be changing up your routines, because this is a house of hard work, and sometimes when we work hard we're not really getting the rewards. Some of you may feel that you're not really getting what you need, so I'm just going to bomb this and do something else. I'm going to work on my side hustle. You're going to get a lot of spiritual downloads. Some of these can be very fleeting, but some of these can be very like, oh, this can happen, that can happen. But yes, again, changes in your job, changes in your career, but also taking care of yourself, because some of these changes can like disrupt you as well. So the card you got is a Nine of Pentacles. This is like coming to an end of something. Especially if you feel you're not earning enough, if you're not, I just feel that there's going to be like an ending to like an old way of routine, like a job, something to do with like your career. Some of you could definitely be moving as well. You could be deciding. There's big opportunities that could come to you guys. I feel that you guys will feel a little bit more happier with these changes that come. Some of you may not be so happy, but some of you I feel will be. But regardless, Geminis, whatever you're doing, changes are going to be coming. Cancer. This lunar eclipse is in your 5th house. So if you are 14 to 20 degrees of Cancer, you'll definitely feel this. This is to do with creativity, children, and love, passions. It could be gambling as well. Could be very lucky. Could be coming into some luck this time, Cancer. Very emotional time, because you've got the trine to Mars, which is in your sign. So you definitely could be feeling very, extremely emotional, very protective, very, fired up as well. But I can see some of you Cancers really, really, in a way, going hard, like, getting fitter, and there could be some of you getting more happier in your life, your love life as well. If you're dating, there could be many suitors that come into your life, Cancer. And you could be quite shocked by it, like, whoa, okay. But still, a lot of things could be changing, like how you, I feel some of you may be guided to like study, like do like a course of study. It could be learning like a project, a language, something spiritual, to help ground you. Because whenever the moons happen, you feel it, because you're ruled by the moon. So it's like going where your feelings are definitely taking you. And again, there could be some stuff that comes up to do with friends. You could be shocked. You could be leaving a group or friends. You could also be deciding that, you no longer want to be a part of a group, because it could be just not aligning with yourself emotionally. Well, I feel it's actually a really good one for you, Cancer. It's not to say it's going to be without it, because everyone's going to have niggles, but you'll have like, you Pisces and Virgo and Capricorn will have like more or less like the less niggles, but the trine to Mars, trine to Saturn is helping you, is really going to be helping you. And with, the opposition to Mercury and Uranus, this can also bring like a flurry of deep, intense emotions to do with like the past in any shape or form. This also, if any of you got like a big family, you could be really reconnecting with your family more, with your children more. You could be going to like, I don't know, museums, getting, being more spiritually aligned, more cultural, doing things on a whim, really doing things on a whim. But I can see some of you are going to be leaving you're going to be leaving like an association with something behind. And again, this will shock you, because some of you may have thought you didn't really have it in you. Some of you may be thinking, you know what, I knew this was coming, So now I'm just going to like sort of like go with it. And, you know, Mercury also rules your 3rd house. So you're going to be speaking up about stuff. You're going to be, you know, daring yourself to go there. I also see some of you Cancers, you know, I feel that especially if you're very creative, you know, you could be getting some major downloads. Like, I'm going to be, you know, taking this creativity seriously. I'm going to be doing this passion project very seriously. I want to be aligning with certain people, you know, because I feel that there's going to be some people that could come into your life that can help you. So the card you got is the Hermit card. The Hermit card is like the guide within. It's a Virgo card. You know, Virgo rules your 3rd. So, you know, I feel listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, listen to your guides. Not being afraid to be wanting to be alone as well, because there's a lot that can happen. You are going to be very, very busy. Again, I feel a lot of opportunities will be presented, will come up for you. Any fears that you have, because there can be some fears that come up that can be very unsettling. You are going to be working with it. Remember, this Scorpio eclipse is about not running away. It's about feeling it, working with it, and helping you to transform. So anything to do with these themes, you know, you're going to be working with yourself, listening to yourself, listening to your body, not pushing too hard. You know when the right time is to move, or know when the right time is to come. And, you know, if you are in a relationship, long-term relationship, you know, there could be different changes that come, but also big shocks and lots of surprises. Leo, how are you? This lunar eclipse is in your 4th house. And, you know, you're going to feel it. If you're like 14 to 20 degrees Leo, you're going to definitely, you know, feel this change that's happening within your home. I feel some of you Leos, if you've decided that you want to move home, or you're thinking of redecorating, or, you know, getting together with family, this will be the time to do it. There could be conversations that come up, releasing drama and argument. A lot of this can definitely come up. This, you know, could this squeeze you? So, you know, don't be surprised if, you know, a lot of stuff that comes up that can unnerve you can really happen. But again, I do see big changes happening within the home. But also, you know, I feel there's a big sense of ambition coming up, ambition to do with your career, but also ambition to do with home. Like, you may want to expand the home, you may want to expand your family, you may want to do something. You know, it's like, you know, you're working somewhere that's quite far. You may decide, you know what, okay, family, we're going to move here because it's nearer to my home. This is, you know, this is definitely highlighting your career in some shape or form. There can be some issues that come up with bosses, father figures as well, because there's stuff that's really connected to your heart, that's personal to you, and there may not be that goodwill or feeling. So this can definitely cause some drama. And, you know, let's not be thinking there could be some arguments as well. And also, I feel that a lot of you definitely are looking at your finances and seeing, you know, I may be paying too much to travel. I don't want to do that. I want to, you know, be closer to home. And yes, stuff that's also coming up is to do with your joint finances, any debts or loans that you may have to pay off. So, you know, this is a big one for you. It's just to do with your family, your home, your career. Some of you may not be feeling very satisfied. So the changes that come is going to be, you know, I feel that a lot of you are feeling this is going to be better in my family. And this is going to be, you know, especially when it's concerning your career, this has to make you happy. So you're going to be creating this type of happiness. The card you got is the Sun card, which is your card. So when we see the Sun card, it is, you know, you say it's to do with children, but it's like you guys may not be feeling that sort of like big love that's coming forth. But the Sun card is saying it's very positive for you. It's saying that things will definitely work out. If you're putting too much effort in something that is, if you're putting too much effort in anything that is not making you happy, again, changes will come. I don't know, something like wallpaper came up. So you could be changing your wallpaper, but you are going to be changing. You are going to be initiating some type of big action. It's really good to rope your family in. Like if you are going to be redecorating, or you're going to be regenerating, or roping the family in. You know, you are all about, again, moving forward, but you're also about something, you want something brighter in your life. So having that time, and also spending a lot of time with your family as well, Leos. You know, your career is, you know, you've got Uranus there, and you've got Mercury all in Taurus. So there is something that's going to come up to do with your career, that's a past, like a boss, or even like people that you used to work with. They could be coming back into your life. They could be contacting you, or you could be deciding that you want to go back to a certain career. Hopefully it's very creative. So the Sun card is like, you know, sort of like go for it. You know, the Sun is very much about vitality and energy. You may not feel it there, but I feel that once you get going, it's going to be risen up. Okay, and especially if you're spending more time with family. The fourth house is also to do with heritage. So you could be delving deeper. You could be finding certain things that you didn't even know about yourself, Leos. You know, you could be sharing it with your family, or they could be sharing it with you. But yes, family and home and career, big changes happening. Hello, Virgo. How are you? So, this lunar eclipse you're going to be benefiting from, because in your ninth house, if you're 14 to 20 degrees of Virgo, big time. This is showing me that it's going to be like a bit of a little taster of what can come. So it's not in your third, it's in your ninth, it's in your third, sorry. But it's like, it feels like it's a bit of a little taster of what's to come. Because I feel a lot of you are getting sort of like energized, because we have the Jupiter going into your ninth house. So this is to do with, you know, communication, business, contracts. There could be stuff that comes, there could be more. It's gonna, I definitely feel it's gonna be a very busy time for you, Virgos, because you know the opposition to Mercury, which you're ruled by, when it's concerned your job, your prospects, your status, contracts, because it's retrograde, they could be coming back. They could be coming back thick and fast. You could be very confused about, you know, which career you want to go in, because I feel some of you Virgos want to change your job and your career, maybe hindering you in some way, mentally, physically, emotionally. And with the trine to Saturn as well in your seventh, you know, it's like, I want to, you know, reconnect with my partner. I want to reconnect with, you know, I want to reconnect with creativity. I want to reconnect with, you know, if you've got children, you might be reconnecting with that. If any of you guys are pregnant as well, or, you know, you're thinking about it, this could be another theme too. And also, you know, I feel that it can be quite emotional for some of you Virgos. I say emotional a lot. Another, you know, I've got a lot of favorite words, but yes, it could be very emotional, because you guys are very, you know, in touch. You know, this is a time to get in touch with friends, a time to get in touch with groups, organizations, but mostly in touch with your ambitions and goals. A lot of Virgos are going to be, yes, very ambitious time as well. And lots of changes, lots of sudden flashes, sudden insights to do with your goals and your you know, also people coming into your life. The card that you have is the Fool card. So this is a brand new beginning that could be happening. Again, what I said in the beginning, you know, we may have to bide our time before we just leap in and go forth. You know, because Uranus is involved, it can make us just do things without thinking. So you could be saying something without thinking. You know, your mind could be sped up more. Very quick, fast flashes. Great to be writing stuff down. Great to be blogging. Great to be setting your intentions, like writing what you would like for the next 6 months as well, because it can actually come true whenever it's to do with the mind. But also pace yourself, because you could be going thick, and the full card is Uranus card. So some of you Virgos may just go into one and just do something within a whim, and it's just like, oh my God, why did I do that? And it just could be too late. So really pace yourself. A lot of you are going to be experiencing so much, whether it's, or even manifesting, whether it's anything to do with finances or changes within our personal lives, and you're definitely one of them. So definitely pace yourself. But again, there could be people watching you, Virgo, whether it's on social media, whether if you are looking for this change and you want something higher for yourself, this could be it. This could be people wanting to work with you, wanting to, invest in you as well. So you could be signing certain contracts. So it's a very powerful time for a lot of you, Virgo, especially with the Fool card. Hello, Libra. How are you? So this is in your second house. And I think I made a mistake because I said for Scorpio, yes, I said for Aries is in the second house, but it's actually for Libra. So Aries, look up this video, and Libra, look at the video for Aries. So I'm going to talk about the 8th house. So the 8th house is to do with joint finances. It's to do with the, shared resources, debts, loans, taxes. So this is the time where we're going to be looking at all of these themes, especially with Uranus being there. There could be, some of you could come into money through your partner, but some of you could, have to pay out. There could be a tax that comes, or there could be a loan that, you're waiting for and it doesn't come. There could also be this sudden realization of, I need to really look at my finances and work with that, because, there's money going out and not enough coming in. I feel a lot of you will get more organized as well. Like really, just getting a bit more organized. Could be invested in a certain way, in a different way, but you could just be looking at it very differently. Like this sudden realization, especially if you have a family, or there could be, but yeah, especially if you have a family or you've got like outgoings, really looking at that properly. And there's changes, obviously, and I feel some of you Librans really looking at your career as well, looking at it, if it's satisfying you in some way, if it's hindering you in any way, if it's helping your finances as well. Because especially if you're paying off anything, this could be like, okay, I'm paying off this, but how comes I've got less? But on the other hand, it's like, you know what? I've got a lot, especially if any of you are coming into money, because this money could be from way back. It could be from the government, it could be from work, it could be a lot of back taxes, even better if that happens. So you guys might decide, you know what, I'm going to save this, save it for a rainy day, especially because of the cost of living. I'm going to save this. I'm going to spend it if I need to. I am more or less feeling that a lot of Librans can come into money because of their past efforts. Remember, the 8th house is to do with, the 8th house is definitely to do with, it's like a karmatic house. So yeah, but you're going to be more organized. You're going to be sort of like listening to yourself, listening to, looking around your surroundings, like looking at your job properly, like proper insight, and seeing if it's worth it. If it's hindering me, my health in any way, if it's supporting me in any way, supporting my family, even my partner. So the card you got is the King of Wands. So you're like ready and steady to go. There's going to be a stronger side. Something's going to be coming out within you. I feel that if you're going to be asking for something, you may get it because you're standing your ground. You know your worth. And You know, and it could be your partner. Your partner could be like sort of like egging you on or giving you that support. And also I feel definitely you're listening to yourself more. You know, remember the nodes are going into your sign Libra. So when it goes into like your first and seventh houses, this is not a time to play. This is sort of giving you that sort of oomph, that little input, that little push. So the King of Wands is like saying, you know, really go for it. You know, I feel a lot of you Librans have got support as well. The person could be King of Wands, or the person could be, or you could be embodying that King of Wands. It's like, nope, this is my worth, this is that, this is that, and it'd be like the boss or the thing might be go, whoa, 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 I didn't know you was like this. But you're coming into yourself, just like a little, you know, you just have to just go for it. You know, nothing to be afraid, especially when it comes to like your money. Hello, Scorpio. So Scorpio, this is a big one. This is in your sign. You know, if you are 14 to 20 degrees of Scorpio, you know, all Scorpions are going to be feeling this. But if you are like that, you know, that deacon, because this deacon is the Cancer deacon. So, you know, you're going to be very, it's a Cancer. Yes, it's a Cancer deacon. You know, so you're going to be very emotional. You know, like your psychic senses and abilities are going to be very high. Like you'll see through things more so than ever. And it's like if anyone's trying it with you, or if you are seeing like loopholes in any way, you're going to be ready, set, go. Remember, you got the trines that are happening, you know, the water trines that are supporting you as well. Yes, you got little niggles with the oppositions to, you know, Uranus, which rules your fourth. So this is showing me that there's changes within your home. You're going to be making these changes. There could be things that you need to build, decorate, move it. You got Mercury as well, which rules your eighth. And this is definitely to do with like shared resources. You know, any type of debts or loans, you're going to be definitely trying to figure out paying off. It's also to do with fears that can come up. You, Scorpions and Taurus, all of you fixed signs can feel lots of fears that can come up, especially you. Could be feeling like you're not good enough, something's not going to be working. If you're feeling very extra possessive at this point, it's really time to look at that, look at why. You know, Mercury also rules your eighth, and it also rules, it's actually a good one for Virgo. It rules your 11th, which is your friends and groups and associations. So this is like goals are changing. You could get a lot of gains with this new moon. Okay. And yeah, this just changes that are coming. It's like, you know, this is it. You know, the eclipses are coming out. If you're born between that time, it could last up to a year. But this is like, okay, let me just make this work. You know, especially the Mars in Cancer, which is in your ninth house. You're ruled by Mars as well. So you're going to be, there could be like a fixation on, you know, what you believe in, what you are about, how, you know, your power, using it wisely, not abusing it as well. And also with the trying to Saturn in your fifth, you know, Saturn rules your third, and Pisces is in your fifth. You know, there's gonna be like this sort of like realization, like how your mental thoughts are, even how you're communicating. You're communicating your wants and your needs. You know, this is a time where even though some of you may not be feeling that you're having a lot of fun, you know, something brighter needs to come into your life now. But you need to work with that sort of shadow side that is lingering. You know, again, I feel that this, for all the sides, going to be very extra emotional. And you're going to feel like the brunt of it. You know, so you're dealing with all of these energies. You know, you're dealing with, you know, your physical self. I feel a lot of you are going to be changing that. You're dealing with contracts. You're dealing with your career. You're dealing with family. You're dealing with your love life. If you have children, you're dealing with that too. You can feel restricted in it, but also you're going to be transforming it. So your card you got is the Hangman. So it's a state of limbo. It's a state, you know, like I said before, there's a lot going on. So it's about dealing with one thing at a time. You may want to like just put things off. And the Hangman's Neptune card, it's Pisces card, fifth house. So, you know, your dreams, again, will be powerful. There's gonna be dreams, and it could be like an illusions. There could be things that come that needs to be looked at properly, and you may want to just leave it and just see how it goes. Or some of you may decide, I'm gonna, work with all of these things head on, work with the most important one, because remember, Mercury's retrograde in your 7th. And this is to do with like relationships are playing big time. There's conversations that come up, there's fears, there's traumas that come up. It's about being open to it, trying to be open, emoting it, working through it, and if it's meant to be, to transform it too. So the Hangman is showing there's a lot going on. So even having that time to yourself, being by yourself, thinking, not plotting or anything, just trying to release and not holding on, because once, you're going to see this sort of like the heaviness off your shoulders, Scorpio, this brightness can come off. So there's a lot going on for a lot of you Scorpions, but still there's some greatness that comes too. Sagittarius, how are you? So this lunar eclipse in Scorpio is in your 12th house. Okay, big house of releasing, transformation, and things that are hidden, especially within ourselves, but losses. So you could be cutting your losses. A lot of you could be definitely cutting your losses within a job, cutting your losses with an old routine, cutting your losses with how you dress. There's a lot of losses I feel that a lot of you can definitely be cutting, because you got the opposition and to Uranus in your 6th and Mercury there. So this is about your work life, your working life. Again, because it's retrograde, I feel a lot of you Sagittarians want to leave like a job. You leaving your employment. You want to, there's something, you could be doing something physical within your body and it's not working, it could be hindering you in some way. So I feel some of you will be guided to like read up on books, read up on autonomy of the body, read up on things to do with like mental health, read up on medicines, healing yourself in a positive way. You could be going down that herbal route. Great time for it. And yeah, because I feel definitely, but I feel a lot of you are just bored about something. There's something you're bored about. I feel it's bored about a job. A lot of you may want to just be alone. You want to work for yourself. You want to be by yourself. The trine to Mars, which is in your 8th house. So, your finances are coming up. A lot of you guys, remember, this is about finances, guys, shared resources. So this is a big theme. You may feel extra sensitive now, Saggies. But still, again, I feel money could come to you through a partner, through something you've done in the past. And this is great to invest in the home. This is great to redecorate. This is great to get furniture. This is great for you to build that sort of like, I was going to say brothel, but that sort of like shy room so that you can like meditate, have peace of mind, peace and quiet. A lot of you may want to just work from home. You may want to be closer to home. But you guys may want a sense of peace. And this is what the 12th house in Scorpio is showing you. Doing meditation, doing yoga nidra will give that sense of peace to you. So the card you got is the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is a nice card for you, Saggies. Whenever we see Pentacles, it's to do with money. So again, money could come, but also money could go. You could be in two minds about things. Like, if I leave this is what can happen. This is what can benefit my family. This is what can hinder my family. But do what's right for you. That's what actually is really great that the 12th house is playing out for you, because it can actually give you that huge psychic sense and psychic ability of what is to come and what is, what can benefit you and what could actually hinder you. So yeah, really take your time. Three of Pentacles is telling me for a lot of you. And, you know, you guys may not want to spend too much as well. If you are going to invest in anything, you may want to invest in something probably like closer to home, closer to something on a high spiritual realm. But it's investing in, I was going to say taxes. Taxes came up. It could be something to do with taxes. But investing in something that is going to be, you know, again, spiritually aligning with yourself and can help ground you. Because I feel that once the retrogrades pass, that's when, you know, momentum comes. Huge shift will definitely come. Hey Capricorn, how are you? This lunar eclipse is in your 11th house. You're going to be benefiting from this because there's going to be changes for everyone. You know, I've said it to all the signs, lots and lots of changes. The 11th house is about your goals, your friends, your groups, organizations, you know, humanitarianism work. These themes are going to be prevalent now, but you could be leaving some of these. You could be deciding that you want to align yourself with someone else, some other people, some other group. But also, you know, you got the oppositions to Mercury and Uranus in Taurus, and this brings for a lot of you lots of sudden shocks but endings and things to do with the past coming back. I feel that I can see a lot of Capricorns really going back over old ground. You know, revisiting a theme to do with creativity. Like if you've left it at the back corner, I've said this a lot, you're going to be revisiting it. You're going to take it slow, but you'll be revisiting it. If you've decided that you want to, you know, even themes to do with like family, expanding the family, you know, even you like bringing your kids to like the park, you know, places where you used to go when you were young, you're going to be revisiting this. But I feel that whatever you're going to implement you're going to be taking it seriously, of course, and I feel that it will stick. Let's put it that way. Yeah, if you guys know what I mean. So yeah, this is a great time, and I feel that, you know, if you're like really much in two minds, a shock can come like, whoa, I was thinking about this and this happened. You know, I was thinking about this person and they've come back into my life. I was thinking about, you know, I wish that my child did better at school and next year they did better. All of these themes can definitely come. But again, you know, you could get, again, some downloads, some major shifts. You know, there could be, again, lots of things that could just be like out of the blue. And, you know, your relationship's going to be playing big time with this. Your relationship concerned with your friends, how you are, relationships concerned with like business, relationships concerned with your, you know, yes, your relationships, but also, you know, with your friends and groups. You know, you could definitely, I feel that there's certain people that can come into your life, Capricorns, that will transform it in a big way. There could be, but it will be for the long haul. They'll be for the long run. There will be very much people that you didn't even think were your type of people. But then it's like, wow, you know, I can learn so much from these people. They can help you as well. They can open your eyes, you know, and your mind is very powerful now, Capricorn. So I feel that it's sort of like, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you're thinking of, because it can actually happen. Especially the trine to Saturn in your third. Saturn in your third, it may be making some of you feel quite down. So, you know, raising your vibrations, maybe is definitely key for a lot of you. But I feel that if you are stuck in any way, like ambition-wise or goals-wise, this new full moon will be sort of transforming it in a major way. So the card you got is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is very much it's a Pisces card. It's very much a card of confusion. That's one of the reasons why I feel that some of you maybe feel like you're coming and going. You know, you may feel that, you know, whatever you want to manifest and come, you know, it's sort of like fleeting. Again, you, like the other two are water signs, and the earth, like Virgo, highly manifestation time. But I feel that if some stuff comes to you, like people come into your life, new goals, dreams, gains come into your life now. Any especially concerning like your family, your friends, your relationship, you know, anything that comes into your life, you could be a little bit like not really sure what's going on. So that's one of the reasons why I feel that really listening to the self, really listening to your intuition, not trying to do too much as well, because there could be just too much going on. What's more important, family, your career is very important, but so is family and home. So there could be 7 people that come into your life now, Capricorns, saying that you can get this, they can give you this, they can, but I feel there's a lot going on. There's so much going on, and you guys do not know whether you're coming or going. So pace yourself, really pace. But all in all, it is really great time for you, Capricorns. Hey Aquarius, how you doing? Yes, you're going to be hit by this. I hope you're well. So this lunar eclipse will be in your 10th house of career status. Could be marriage as well. And yes, these themes are definitely highlighted. We have the Mercury retrograde in your 4th with Uranus there. Because you're ruled by Uranus, you may feel no way to make these changes. It's like, okay, I'm thinking has to be done. I'm thinking to move. I'm thinking to find out more about myself. I'm thinking, because Mercury rules your 5th. So you could be having a lot of fun finding out about certain aspects of your life, certain aspects of your family. This can bring up some emotional stuff to do with family. Could be secrets, could be lies. It could also be a multitude of things. And because it's Uranus as well, this will be like, and also because the retrograde, you're going over old ground. There's stuff from the past. There's stuff from mom or dad's, cousins. You could be meeting up with certain members of your family. If there's any drama or arguments, this could also be you talking about this, resolving it. Anything to do with buying and selling, heritage, home. But I do see there's going to be a lot of heart-to-hearts that could happen, Aquarius. Again, this may make some of you feel quite uncomfortable. The 4th house is never an easy house. It is to do with the past a lot. It's about holding on to the past, thinking about the past. It's a Cancer house, but this is ultimately about family too. And if you are 14 to 20 degrees of Aquarius, you're going to feel this, but all Aquarians will feel this too. With the trines, you got trine Saturn in Pisces in your 2nd, and then we have the Mars in your 6th. This will bring up this will bring up a lot of stuff connecting with your, resources, finances, self-worth, how you feel about yourself. So there's a big element of feeling coming up. I could see also some of your Aquarians during this full moon, because it's about releasing. There's going to be shedding of an old skin. You're going to be really like looking at yourself and seeing what needs to be in your life, what needs to be at your life. I can see a lot of you really, because Mars rules your 3rd and Saturn rules your 12th. So this is going to be like a mind thing. A lot of things can be on your mind within like the family structure. Some of you Aquarians, even when Saturn was in your sign, there may have been an addition to the family, your home, of course, your home life, but also like your relationship changed. And I can see I can actually see a lot of you Aquarians actually talking about your feelings more, talking about, what you want more of, what you want less of, being more structured as well. Because Mars in your 6th is about your wellness aspect. It's to do with the mental as well and your work life. So I can see some of you changing about how you're working, either working less, some of you could be working more, some of you could be working part-time, because I feel like some of you may view like family of more importance, but also, you know, your career status is changing. I can see some of you definitely changing something within your career. You may say something to your boss like, I don't like what's going on here. I want this, I want that. Again, you guys could change something in terms of, you know, so some of you Aquarians may even decide that you don't longer want to be a boss or a CEO. You may just want to be employed. You may just want to work, I don't know, work in an isolated place, or you may want to work from home. There's a lot going on. So the card that you have is where is it? It's the World card. So something there's a combination of things happening, but it's also a huge ending. It's also like an epiphany. It's also like things are going to be coming full circle within your career and family structure. And it's like something needs to give, and this is going to be that time for it. Some of you Aquarians are ambitious as well, and there's nothing wrong with ambition. Ambition is not a dirty word. You know, ambition is like what gets you up in the morning. But now you're viewing things differently. I feel that if some of you Aquarians have got like a new addition to the family, it could be like a new pet, or it could just be a baby, or, you know, it could be adoption or anything like that, or you're just moving into a new home. It's like you're viewing things differently. So, you know, I feel a lot of you won't be afraid either to say sort of like what is what. Not in a rude way, but what is what. Status, 10th house is also, especially the World card is like something could be lost too, you know, and it may be out of your hands. Because Uranus is involved, this is going to come like very quickly and very suddenly. I feel with also some of you Aquarians that if something was in the bag, it's no longer going to be there as well. Okay, so that's something also to look out for. But yeah, but there is things that are going to be revealed to you within your, you know, your work life and your family life. And yeah, it'll be interesting to hear. And we have my gorgeous Pisces. Yes, Pisces, no longer hiding. This lunar eclipse is in your 9th house. So this is a good time for you, like the other signs I was talking about. If any of you Pisces are 14 to 20 degrees, of course you're going to be feeling this. You know, this is going to trine you big time. Yeah, so this is in your 9th. So this is about higher learning, in a way your goals, but higher learning, spirituality, the publishing, law, courts, all of that. You know, it's a Sagittarian house, and you have energies that's within your 3rd house, because you got the Mercury retrograde there with Uranus there. So again, you guys could have a big epiphany. There could be contracts that come out of the blue for you to sign. There could be old people, like old friends coming back for you to, you know, you could be talking to them, but you could also be looking at them very differently. I feel that your friends that you, or the acquaintance or friends that you have now, there could be something that's revealed to you that could shock you, or it may not shock you because you're very highly psychic. And, you know, with the trine to Saturn in your in your 1st house, this is going to be, you know, highly psychic time. I feel a lot of things will come back now, Pisces. For some reason, I'm picking up a lot of past action happening, like friends, even old goals. You know, you've got also the trine in your 5th house. You know, Mars rules your 2nd, and you know, it's in your 5th in Cancer. So, you know, you guys may be pretty energized to, I don't know, either bring out a project, a creative project. Some of you could even think of starting one. Obviously, because the retrograde is making you look at things, thinking about things very differently. Old friends and lovers could be in the picture too, Pisces. You know, I feel some of you may be shocked. It's a case of some of you may be thinking about something and it actually happens. It's like, whoa, what is this? But yes, a very highly psychic, exciting time. But yes, also, if you guys are writers, journalists or anything, you may be putting some stuff out there which could shock the world. So the card you got is the Emperor. And, you know, you guys are coming into yourself, coming into your own. Emperor is about not taking any crap from anyone. So it almost feels like any of you who are, you know, especially if you're in the public eye, there's certain things that you're going to be putting out there, saying, probably preaching, that can really turn the world right around, especially with the trine to Saturn. You are standing in your truth. You guys are, you know, I feel some of you are actually going to be believing more in yourself as well. This confidence could also be because of your, you know, another thing I was going to say is that a lot of you Pisces, I feel there's going to be a lot more suitors, a bit like Cancer, a lot more suitors could be coming your way. You could, you know, you guys are shining, you know, hopefully for the right reasons. So there could be a lot more people, you be more visible, people watching you more. Again, suitors, some of you are single. It's maybe the time that you guys, and the person could be from a different culture, race, religion. They could be on you and you may not see it until like the last minute. But yes, even certain people from the past as well, but also projects. This will be a great time to continue to ground yourself with any spiritual practice that you have. The Emperor is also asking you to take charge, a bit more charge of your life. And I am also picking up self-employment for a lot of you. This is a time where you guys may be saying, I want to work for myself. I want to do this course because it's going to better my life. I want to do this. I want to do, because the Emperor is an Aries card. And it is a card about, you know, father figures as well. So there could be someone that is an Emperor that will be helping you with this Pisces as well. Or you could be embodying this. So yeah, a very ambitious time for a lot of you Pisces. So guys, that was the Scorpio Lunar Eclipse, which is happening the 5th of May. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, feel free to like, share and subscribe. And, you know, let me know how this eclipse has gone for you. It's a very, like I said, it's a very up and down, but also very psychic time. And, you know, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll speak to you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.